Just picked this up. It's a 1989 Mazda RX-7 Turbo II. Just a shell, no engine, no trans. It's got most of the parts. A couple missing pieces on the outside. Interior's pretty much complete. No tail lights. Only bit of rust, a little bit over the fenders, and some on the passenger floor. She got it, middle of the night last night down in West Virginia, so I haven't got a chance to go through everything, in detail on the inside. So I'll probably end up doing that today. But definitely stay tuned, check it out. I'll put up some more videos. Blew the barn dust off her. She cleaned up nice. Like 3 different colors and a lot of missing panels. Not too much rust. Didn't go too bad because of all the holes open. But we'll see what she does. I'm gonna try to put some wind in the tires and see if it holds anything. Probably not. Alright, man. To the next update. I'm checking out the gas tank here, known to rust out. Got a nice little surprise. I was pulling off the connector. You see it's melted. Just kind of hit it with a screwdriver and a hammer, popped it off. No good anyway. But very interesting. I mean, the car looks like it's been sitting for 21 years. You go off the registration. I wonder what actually killed it. Alright, out here on the RX-7 again. I got a buddy on the way. Won't really be filming while he's here, but just kind of figured going over. So he's kind of an RX-7 expert. So he's going to kind of walk through with me, see what we need. I just put in an order for a bunch of parts for it. I'll give you an update more once I get to go pick those up. That's going to be another 8-hour day just to do that. But yeah. So really I'm just going to be cleaning stuff up. Got to get the AC condenser out because we're not doing AC. Don't need it. Power steering cooler is going to come out. We're actually going to try to do a depowered rack. ABS is already missing, so we're just going to delete ABS as well. Kind of simplify, add lightness. Make it real easy. Plan on doing a battery location for the rear. So just kind of put together a plan, and next couple weeks we're going to be doing a lot of just tinkering with stuff that's already here. See what we can fix. Alright, just want to provide a little update. So I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the last video. We were pulling the interior out, and of course the last seat bolt for the driver's seat stripped out. Well, after a bunch of multi-tool, a bit of grinder, a lot of hammer, and a lot of screwdriver, I was able to get that out. So now we can just a couple more things. We'll be able to get the interior out fully, the carpet out, and probably put the dash back in. I'm not sure if I want to do that till I get the new gas pedal. I don't know why they took that. But otherwise, we'll be able to get that put back together without the carpet. Also be able to get down to the rust that's underneath that seat there. I'll show that more in another video. I'm going down today to Virginia to pick up engine and some body parts, fender, headlight cover for the broken dented one here, new bumper, tail lights, whatever else I feel like spending my money on while I'm down there. We'll see what he has. But yeah, lots going on. If you guys didn't see, I got this whole list of what I'm kind of starting with. Most of this stuff should be before I have to buy anything expensive. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, stay tuned. When I start actually doing some real work, I'll try to do a long form video for you guys. If that's something you want, let me know. Alright, told you guys I was going to go get some parts down in Virginia yesterday. So let's take a look at what we got here. So I got a full engine. It's an NA engine for an S5. Complete, basically everything on it. ECU, wiring harness, tail lights, new headlight housings, motors for the lights, whole box of goodies for the engine, couple other parts down there. The middle piece for the taillights are in there. Alright, I got the bumper there. It's a red one, no big deal. I'll paint everything anyway. Got a new white fender. So I should be able to swap out the headlight, bolt on the fender for now. I don't know if I'm going to do the bumper yet. But a bunch of pieces here. Yeah, I mean, shelf's basically full of parts at this point, so just gotta finish getting everything apart. Get the carpet out still. I gotta get access to the other side. It's raining right now, so I'm not gonna push it out and wait for my buddy to bring some dollies so I can just move it around the shop as needed. You know, typically where I'm standing now, where the Suburban is, the Subaru sits. But yeah, I mean that's it right now. Just a small update. More stuff to come. Pull all the way. Alright, working on the RX-7 today. I already did a little bit today. Taking a wire wheel around, kind of hitting all these rust spots. You can see a little bit of shine, a little bit of metal there. Put some plugs in the power steering for what's already off. I have more parts coming to finish that project. That'll be a full length thing here shortly. Doing that. I got the hatch working. I'll pop a video at the end of it, but you know, pops right up now when I hit the switch. But I'm about to do a little more wire wheeling, and then I'm gonna hit everything with the pressure washer, kind of clean up the engine bay, let her dry, and hit it with some of the primer. So just a little bit of progress today, every bit. All right. Anybody need some deck stain? Yeah, it looks pretty nasty. Still at it. It's taking a while. There's a lot of like gunk at the bottom of the tank as expected. So I'm coming to move around the pump, kind of clean it once in a while. But yeah, keeps it going. I mean, nearly 5 gallons coming out of this thing. I mean, once again, this thing was, you know, the tag has a 04 sticker on it, registered in 03. So it's been sitting around for a little bit. Kind of, yeah, it's definitely old. Alright, got a lot of primer down in the engine bay. I do have the, you know, color match paint coming, so I'm going to spray all over this stuff. You know, anything needs to get black, go black afterwards. Most of the rust is covered now that I could get to. Didn't really care that much. Remember, it's just a race car, ain't gonna be no show car. A couple of the high spots here where the paint peeled off. Should be able to sand that down and smooth. Anywhere there was kind of a cut or rust. I will need to get some body filler for the quarter panels, both sides, especially the other side. I tapped with a hammer and almost split it in half. Still need to do the sunroof, but it's covered, so I don't care. I can get that anytime. Got some on the bottom of the doors, but once again, don't care because those are getting turned white to match the car, you know, sooner than later. But yeah, got all the spots, cracked bumpers, stuff like that. Once again, probably a little body filler will smooth it out. As you saw, or as you will see, I sucked the gas out. I don't know where part of the video. I'm gonna pinch and stitch these all together and whatever, but about 4.5 gallons of what is probably 20-year-old fuel sucked out of that. That was fun to deal with. You see the inside a little better actually from this angle. Still gotta figure out those rust holes over there. I got one rust hole down here I gotta deal with still. I'll have to clean that up, probably paint the inside over there. But another step down. Cleaned up a little bit in here, moved the bikes out. I'm probably gonna throw this in the basement, give me some more space to move. But yeah, I mean, this might be a 2-part video today. It's just the length, or maybe I'll just stitch it in, put it as a, you know, single video. But really, at this point, I'm just gonna push it back in, get the space, get the doors open. There's a couple bolts that need to be extracted, so I'll work on that. Alright, man, to the next one. Alright, another day on the RX-7. What are we looking at here today? Well, first off, digging around yesterday, I was digging out most of the rust. It's pretty bad. To do some more digging, make sure that's really all of it, but there's definitely some underneath as well. Small hole over here on the driver's side. The real problems are underneath over here. See if I can get it on the video. You can see the whole area under here is just foobar. But we're gonna ignore that right now because that's just gonna be a lot of work, and I gotta get some dry ice to get some of that sound deadening out of the way and all that. We're gonna turn attentions here to the power steering rack. So we're gonna depower the steering rack today. You can see a couple plugs I put in there after taking the lines off. I was doing painting and spraying in here. I didn't want to get water inside it. So I got to work on getting the fittings off down here. Fittings off here. These two will be looped together. Those will get plugged off over there. So I'm going to get at it right now. I'll come back to you once I get some done. Alright, power steering is depowered. That was actually a lot more of a fight than I originally planned for. So, had one fitting down here that was just twisting the original piping. After that one snapped, I needed that piece to stick out. As you can see, I'm kind of using the original fittings here and here, tie into the new little loop there, which hopefully is clearanced enough. That's like the 6th iteration. It was hard to get the S bend, so I tried for a coil. That worked out a lot better, a lot easier to manipulate. Flows nice. Just turn the back and forth. It is not binding, so that's good. Had to give it a little gas, a little bit of fire. Kind of burnt the boot down here a little bit. Everything's plugged off here. I'm about to pop off, I think, this top plug here, and or maybe the one below it, and try to make sure the fluid's still in there. You don't want to fill it up to like max where that coil's filled, but you want to make sure there's fluid in it, which there should be. It hasn't really leaked out everything, I don't think. But yeah, that's it for today. We'll see what else I get into next. Alright, quick start to the video. Gotta get some of the sun deadening out of the way so I can start getting closer and closer to working on that rust. Got some dry ice pellets, putting down on them now. We'll get that down, and that should harden it up, and it should pop right off. We'll see if it goes as planned. Well, as advertised, it definitely worked. About 30 minutes on here, and it jumps off in giant flakes. Right now I'm just kind of focusing on the areas I want to see where the rust was, where we're gonna have to cut out. Eventually I'll probably do the rest of the sound deadening, at least in the floor area. But yeah, it's definitely doing its job. Just moving it to different areas now. Get some more of it. This side didn't really quite work. I was about 20 minutes on that, but there was a lot less ice on that side. But it's, you know, not much rust on the top here. Everything seems to be underneath. So we'll keep you updated. Alright, got it all up and cleaned out for at least what I'm doing right now today. I have a little more dry ice. I could do some more. I might do it later or tomorrow. It should last. But yeah, it came out really well. So now you can really see the extent of the rust. It's not too bad. Just need to get that seat bracket out. Won't be too big a deal. This side's not too bad either. As far as the top side goes, all the rust on the driver's side's really on the bottom, except for that little chunk there, which shouldn't be too difficult. Sorry, right there. Shouldn't be too difficult to cut out and do. So, one step closer. Hopefully, we'll get the progress on the welds done sooner than later. We can start getting the interior back in and kind of making it look like a car again. We'll see. Might do some more later. It'll probably be a separate video though. Hey guys, out here working on the RX-7 again. I got the tripod set up finally, phones on the mount and all that, so maybe actually make a full-length video kinda. Yesterday I started painting the engine bay, did the sound deadening, as you guys would have saw in the shorts. Today, did some clear coat on the engine bay. While that's drying, I'm gonna hit these headlights with some paint, freshen them up a little bit. Then I got the motors and all that installed. So I'm gonna start here. Got the color match paint from the automotive touch-up, matching the Noble White car came in. Plenty of ventilation in the garage here. I'm not shooting heavy, so I'm too worried about the fumes or anything. Just gonna hit it a little bit. They're not really, I mean, the right color, so just kind of clean them up. It's, you know, who knows how old this paint is. Came off a donor car. Probably original from the 80s. Just a little bit of this, nothing crazy. Just cleans it up a little bit. I'll hit it with some clear, bring that gloss back up. And nice and full good. Edging real good. I got the lenses covered with some rags. Don't need to worry about that. Not too worried about overspray. This thing is not going to be the prettiest car in the world. Just cleaning it up so it looks nice for me. Not even like brighten out this imperfection over here. Around you. Alright, so that's the first coat there. You see there's a paint chip down here. Not too worried about it right now. I mean, I may probably end up redoing these at some point anyway, if I actually try to make the car look nice. But yeah, that's it so far. It's got to dry. The engine bay should be drying up here soon. Go over here. Let's see. Engine bay. So I got to get the headlights in and all that stuff, but it's actually looking pretty good in there. You can actually tell the difference between my spray and what's just dirty. If I actually clean it up, you can see it kind of starts to match up a bit. The back firewall, I think, needs to add some more paint to it. Some of the primer's still showing through, I think. But you can see the areas are really focused on here, where the headlight bezels, because that's getting covered up today. The strut towers are all looking pretty good. Like I said, it's just kind of a shit job. Oversprays everywhere. Don't really care. It's going to be a race car. Just kind of cleaned it up, the rust, and at least make it at least kind of one color. I think that's it for now. I'll pop back in when I get a little more done, or when I'm about to start doing something else. Alright, so while paint's dry and everything else, I think I'll kind of give you the story so far. Well, my name's Tim. This is a 1989 Mazda RX-7 Turbo II. I picked up in West Virginia for about $800. It's about 2.5 hours away from where I live in Delaware. Drug her home, pulled the interior out. I knew about the rust on the passenger side. Found a little more here on the driver's side. It's not terrible, nothing structural. So I pulled out the interior. Found an engine down in Virginia, about 4 hours away. So I drove down there, picked that up here. It's sitting on the floor. Let me get you down there. That's there. That was a complete engine out of a running S5. It's S5 NA engine. I'm just going to toss that in now for get it going. All the parts here, the shelf. Pulled the whole interior, the dash is up there. Pulled the tank out, cleaned that up a little bit. Cars, as you saw it, got gray hood, or silver hood, blue doors. It's got the Turbo II wheels. They're all in decent condition. Got one tire that goes flat on me. Other than that, I'm going to sell all the interior for the most part, except for like the dash, keeping the headliner in. Let's see what else going on. Yeah, I picked up Mazda down in Virginia. I got the engine. I picked up the front bumper there. That's the red one. Actually came off the car. The engine came off of a couple other goodies, the headlights and stuff. I have one good headlight, so if if you look down here, it's kind of hard to see it now, but the original white fender was smashed in right up here, so I didn't even bother taking it. Since then, I've knocked it all out best I could. I got another white fender when I was down in Virginia, and so I gotta get that cleaned up a little bit. You'll see it's kind of dented, so I gotta clean that, fix that a little bit. That's the only piece of trim I actually have for the whole car, so I gotta get some more trim and the light and get rid of that pinstriping because it doesn't go anywhere else in the car. I did most of the ABS stuff was out, so I'm gonna finish the job. I ordered a master and accelerator pedal and everything locally, so I could get that put on after the paint's done. Gotta redo the brake lines to match up for the non-ABS. I did the power steering rack depower, so it's going to be manual steering with the 15:1 ratio. And yeah, so that's really it so far. Well, here, I'm going to get you in here and kind of show off the rust a little better. And yeah, we may have seen in some of the shorts. So 99%, well, pretty much all the sound deadening is out for the floors. I got the one little hole here. Back here is all pretty good. If you go over there, you can see the rust is coming back under the door. There's a little bit of hole in the back here. Just kind of piling up the sound deadening. I was pushing it out the hole there on the floor, so I got to clean that up still. You can see some of the interior is still back in the back there, but for the most part it wasn't bad. It's all something I could fix, so that was good. So I'll get that together and get that set up. I'm going to warn you now, my production quality is going to be absolutely terrible. I am not a film artist at all. I don't like to talk on camera. Just kind of doing this for fun to see how it goes, honestly. Kind of like the shorts better in that regard because I just talk for a couple seconds and show you what I did. But that's it right now. Yeah, I'm just going to continue on the headlights. I'll bring it back when I start doing the motors. Alright, so I got the first motor in. Everything wanted to break. Everything's still kind of rusty. Yeah, bolt going up top here, which was out, rusted in, broke. So I just put a fucking self-tapper in it. And then down here, same thing, self-tapper. Back there is not even all the way tight, but if I do it, it's probably gonna snap, and I can't get into that one. It was hard to get the nut on to begin with. But motor's in. We're gonna work on the other side here. This one has a little bit more access, so I should be able to do a little better. Sorry about the camera there. But yeah, so far it's going at least. Paint looks good. I touched up some of the back wall there. It looks a little better now. Say it's not gonna be perfect. A lot of overspray. Don't really care. Headlights are looking great. I got one coat of clear on it. I'm about to do another one now. And then I'll get that other motor in, and by the time that's settled, I should be able to pop these back in. Alright, gonna try to work on this next motor here. Already kind of pre-ran the nuts and bolts on back and forth, just kind of clear up some of the paint and the rust that are on it. So we're gonna see if it actually wants to bolt in and be happy, or is it getting self-tappers like the other side? Frankly, I don't care as long as it's stuck here. That's the important part. It needs to be installed. That's a little bent up still. So that's affecting that fitment. Didn't know that bad, but we'll force it on here. That's fine. As long as it works. I don't care. You know, don't get it right, get it running. That's, you know, that's what they say, right? Let me turn off this fan here. I don't know if you hear the noise on that or how well my voice is coming through. I'm just recording on the phone's audio. I don't have a Bluetooth mic or anything. I'd say not going to be good quality, terrible production value, terrible information, just getting it done. You guys seem interested in the shorts, so I guess there's some kind of interest in the build, which is awesome. If you know any sponsors, let me know. So I was talking about the car itself, the history, what I've kind of done to it so far. I guess we can talk about the purpose. So this is strictly a race car, as I've kind of mentioned. Not jokingly, oh, it's a race car, this, that. Like, a Subaru is a race car. I can drive that thing anywhere. In fact, I'll be driving to the Dragon in about a month. But now this is going to be stripped, caged, purpose-built race car. I mean, it's not going to be classed out. I'm just going to build it as it is, and wherever it lands, it lands. Don't know how competitive it'll be, but I'm going to take it to the track. Track days, maybe grid life, something like that. Hill climbs, toge.us. You guys have heard of that one. It's kind of a, it was a Drift Appalachia, kind of branched off for cat and mouse mountain pass racing. Usually down in like Kentucky, down there in that area. Alright, those bolts went on. That one is kind of, it's on there, but it ain't going all the way deep, but it'll hold. I'm going to work on getting the other one in the bottom in. I grab an extension. I'm trying to be conscious of the fact that I'm filming. I've tried this before in the past with different projects, and then I just kind of forget that there's a camera there, get tired of moving it and doing other stuff. So not really know how much you can see, but because the fender is off here, I can get direct access to the back bolt. The other one was stupid tight. Everything was in the way. Did not go well. So then again, that is the only bolt that's actually on there, but I didn't try to tighten it. So this one is getting on there. It's still loose. If this one survives, at least if this one snaps, I can get the self-tapper in there. This is it. Is that tight? Is she tight? Okay, I don't like that. That's too much movement here. I don't get that out of the other one, do I? No, because the back's bolted. So if I can't get you to stay tight, which, nope, you're not going to stick that last bit, are you? So, whatever. No, that's not gonna work there, so let me grab another self-tapper and we're just gonna send that. If you're watching it, make sure you like, subscribe. If you've been watching the short form stuff, thank you. Like the comments, like seeing the likes, and the amount of views on those are kind of, I guess they're kind of fake. People touch shorts for a second. I don't know how the algorithm works for that. But if you prefer that over this, definitely let me know. You'll probably get mostly those with some of these sprinkled in. But, comment, like, share. Let me know, any info will help out. you guys got parts, anybody interested in buying a blue interior, I have most of it. Will be on sale at some point out of Delaware. But yeah, so that one's installed now. I gotta check on the lights, make sure they're dry. We'll work on getting those installed. But other than that, I think we're good for now. Alright, just like the last one, I did the passenger side first. Kind of knew what I'm doing. Alright, so we got the headlight here. So what I've seen, it seems to be easier if I just pull it apart, open. If it wants to open. Last one did a lot easier. This one's stuck. Is it broken? I don't know. It's definitely not open yet, right? No, it's definitely closed. Alright, so now I gotta figure out why this one's not cracking open. There it goes. Holding in the wrong spot, I guess. But no big deal there. Alright. So we got that. Just kind of set in place there. Trying to scratch the paint. That I probably put on too thinly. Perfect. Alright, either way. Just kind of set here. So the headlights are actually held on with 4 screws, 2 up here on the top that kind of have a little play to them, 2 in the back. They're pretty well solid, so I don't have to worry too much about getting them set in place. But okay, so those 2 are started. Come down back here in the bundle of wires I got. 2 here at the back. And I'll show you those here in a second. Oh, did I do it again? I did this in the last one where I kind of put it down and the shaft is in the way. Where's the shaft? Okay, no, we're good. That's probably because of the damage here. So obviously I keep finding out this damage is a little more worse than it looks. The other headlight bolted on still. There we go. Just gotta push down a little bit. Didn't mark nothing up. Not too dirty. Alright. So pop you over here real quick. You can see here and here are the 2 bolts for that. Those 2 back here as well. Hold it on there. So we'll start with the ones on the back. Kind of get them centered up. Get you back up here. So what I ended up doing is making sure that the motor was basically all the way open. That way you won't have access to get to it, because I was trying to push it on there with it closed. You just couldn't get your hand on it well enough to do anything about it. But you turn the motor at the bottom and you can manipulate it, open and close the lights as needed. And then after I get this bolted on, tighten down and everything's all connected, we'll pop the hood down, make sure that everything is kosher. Kind of trying to use the witness marks on the headlight here to see where it wants to be. Probably adjust it a little bit once I try to close the hood. The original headlight that was on the car was damaged with the fender, all smashed in here, kind of pushed over. Couldn't get the cap off of that one. Had to pry and bend and knock it around to get the hood to close. So hopefully we don't have that problem anymore, and it'll just go right in. Alright, so let's lift her up real quick. get the motor and push it on. Can't really see in here while I'm in the way anyway, but I'll show you what it looks like as you drive now. And why is it so dang tight? Let's see if we can lift the motor a little bit more. Extend it to the top. That way I can kind of pop it here a little more. It's a little dirty. It's just a little ball socket. There we go. Alright, so there it is. So the ball socket right here just kind of pushes on a little plastic thing. I think the other side was half broken but still worked. But now the lights are up and the only way to get them down are the adjusters. But we're going to try the hood here. Lift you up a little bit. There we go. Hood prop out of the way. So first I'm going to close the hood since. So that side looks good. This side looks off as expected. Though it actually closed a bit. It's going to damage it if I keep doing that. Or rubbing the side here. So it kind of makes sense because if you look at the witness marks up top here, they're a little off as well. So let me crank this down at least halfway. It takes forever. Wish I had a socket for it or something. That'd be cool. Like put this little plastic knob on it plus a socket. The 80s, you know, the car guys urge to own an 80s car or a 90s car with the pop-up headlights. You know, it's kind of a requirement. I did not get the edge of this light very good, but I don't care. Once again, I'm not a race car. I can always paint it later. A lot more needs to happen before it gets like a full paint job. Hopefully paid for by somebody because it sounds expensive. I don't know if I need to also loosen the ones at the bottom. Yeah, let me loosen the backs. Anybody is a Mighty Car Mods fan, you're gonna, you know the term disrespected nose they use. Well, that's more or less how all my videos are gonna end up being if I make them this way, because I don't have a desire to edit them to the extreme, time lapse and cuts and stuff like that. My cuts will be turning off the camera, turning them on. Intros and whatever. Alright. So that's there. I got to hit the back up still, but I think I moved it over enough that the hood should clear nicely. If anything, it might be too nicely. I'll have to see what that one looks like. But I like it. So let me pop this up one more time. Tighten up the bolts. Back. Alright, cool. Move you out of the way here. Kind of get you set up on the front of the car. And you'll get to see it with me as I drop the hood. I'm going to drop this headlight here. So bear with me for 45 minutes as I drop this thing. definitely stiffer than the other one. I kind of want to see what the edges look like. Honestly, I could actually pop that fender on too. Sit in place. Got been doing. You don't screw that. I don't care enough. Pop up and down headlights. Need to peek the sensor and fix it. That's more or less in place. Could bolt it on if I wanted to, but let's see. A lot of gap at the top, but yeah, here we go. We got headlights again. One headlight up, one down. That's pretty typical, right? Gapping's a little off. I'll have to straighten them up and play with them a little more, but that's it right there. We're gonna end the video, I believe. I don't think I'm really doing too much more today. Clean up a little bit, but that's what I wanted to do, was finish up the paint, get the headlights in. I'll probably finish winding that one down just to check everything more. But yeah, that's it. Alright, if you enjoyed it, like, subscribe. Tell me, you like the short form, you like the long form, you like both. Say I'll probably do shorts kind of throughout the day or throughout the week or whenever I touch it. And if I got a big project going on and time, I'll video like I have today. But yeah, that's it, man. Good day. Alright guys, quick video, job's already in progress, kind of started, didn't even think about filming. Alright, so I got my welder, I'm still trying to learn how to use it, but I cut out this small hole here, straightened it up a little bit. It's ugly as sin, but it'll work. Got some 20 gauge sheet I just cut out here. I still got to play around with some of the scrap, I guess, and see what I can do for as far as a weld goes. But you know, I got the yes welder here. But we're gonna see if I can patch one of the holes today and just kind of start the rust process. Wish me luck. All right, I'm gonna show you the good, the bad, the ugly as hell. All right, starting off with this piece here. Blew many holes through it. I'm doing flux core, so it's really not the best for what I'm doing. So keep that in mind. Also, I've touched one other piece of metal with a welder before. Now we got this piece going. There's gaps there. Actually, let's kind of step back a second here. So this top little corner was the first piece right here. The second piece was this one here. While ugly as sin, I didn't get the slag off or anything. It's not holy as hell. Then I was fucking around with this, which has gapping. So I was kind of seeing what kind of shit I can get away with. Not much. But I got the piece cut out here and waiting for my weld through primer to come in. I'll prime it up and I'll try hitting it on the car. Alright guys, starting the part 2 video here. Got some of the weld through primer. Starting to hit the little piece there. And hitting the area of the car where it's going to get. I'm going to be repainting the top of the car anyway with the white. I've been playing around with the settings on the welder. Cutting up the same piece and kind of re-welding it. Starting to actually look pretty good. That wasn't really fitted very well, but I'm sorry about that. But yeah, we're actually getting cleaner welds through it. I'm actually happier going into this now. We do a couple more while I'm letting the paint dry. And when I come back, it'll probably be welding in the car. Alright, real quick here, moment of truth. I got the piece in place. That corner is going to be an issue, but we'll tackle that when I decide to care. This is kind of just the guinea pig piece anyway. Alright, I'll come back once it's zapped. Well, that was a total failure. Holes in the side. I started pulling it up. I was frustrated trying to get it out of there. I'm going to cut it out and clean up the surface so we can do it again later. But yeah, did not go well at all. Definitely need not more practice with it. Hopefully better next time. Alright, that's it for this one. Alright, yeah, I know it's been a while. I've done a little bit of things here and there on the RX-7. I got that patch in there. It's ugly as all hell, but it'll work. I'm working on this here now. Just got it cut up. Started with the spray through primer on now. Hopefully I'll have that tacked in here pretty good here shortly. And one more step to getting this done. I mean, if I can get this section done, at least the frontmost section of this done, and then the hole over there, then I can start getting the dash back in and not have to worry about it. As you can see, I got stuff on the shelf between friends' engines, my engine, and everything else. But yeah, hopefully I'll have some more parts for this here in a couple weeks too. Mirrors and door handles I'm trying to get. Different front bumper. It's actually white with the fog lights. That'd be cool. But yeah, keep you updated as I keep going with this. Alright guys, I've been busy, haven't been out here working on the car, but give some updates. So I got part of the floor over there done. I got 2 more pieces cut, getting them primed right now. While they're doing that, I wanted to work on extracting the nut that's here, so forgot to start recording before this, but just welded the nut on the end here, and we're going to try to see if I can't get it off. I basically melted that thing to it, and it so far seems like it wants to start moving. Yeah, we're spinning, so I'm going to try to knock this out and see how far we get, and then I'll give you some updates once I have a little bit more done. Alright, next update. So I got a couple sections in there. Like I said, it's ugly as sin, but it's functional. That's all that matters to me right now. It's getting rid of the holes. I got another little small piece that's getting built up there, and I got this one here. I got them getting primed up right now. And then after that, that's it for the floor. As good as I'm gonna do there. I got some more sound deadening I'm gonna put back in there, kind of cover up some of the ugly, and make sure this thing's not a tin can. Took a lot of it out. I know it's a lot of weight, but I don't care right now. If I need to take it back out later for weight, then I will, but I'd rather it be a little bit nice because I don't think the carpet's going back in. Still haven't decided on that 100%. It's still sitting here and I don't know what to do with it. No one wants to buy it, and I don't want to throw it away. But I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And dash will be coming in hopefully soon. Get that done. I did pick up the transmission from the port, so have that there. It feels smooth. It's got like coolant or something spilled onto it or something. I gotta clean it off, but that should be good. And then just kind of putting my feelers out for some parts as well. So hopefully soon I can start gathering the stuff up it needs to actually, like, get the engine in and make it a running car. And still looking for mirrors, door handles, hard to find. I did get the bolt out of the for the seat there. I was able to weld that head on there, as I showed. So all good there, and we'll keep you updated. Alright, finish up the video today. Here we go. World's ugliest welding is done. It's got floors. There's no more giant holes in the cab, or in the passenger area. So I'm gonna get that sealed up with some silicone, and we're gonna call it good there, and we can start working on putting the interior. I do have one more welding job to do. You probably can't see it here, but it's the bottom of the spare tire, but that can be done at any time, so we're not worrying about that today. Alright, until next time, guys. Alright, quick update here. Just did a little bit of work on it today. So, this dash is getting ready to go in sooner than later. Painting it black. Out with the blue, in with the black. Probably got 4 coats on there. It's actually looking pretty good. Let's see what it does when it cures up. Also had the all this joint siliconed for the welds, RTV'd, and I've just put a little bit of primer over all of it just so keep the rust out. So that's all cleaned up there. I'm gonna start getting the HVAC stuff in the back here put in soon. You get the accelerator pedal in soon. Bolt up the master cylinder, booster, and all that nonsense. Everything basically behind the dashboard needs to get done up. I got the stuff. I got a bunch of parts actually in, more coming. So I got mirrors. They don't match, so I'm gonna paint them up here soon too. I got the battery cable stuff. Everything to do the relocation. I got warning cluster. I have the passenger door handle. I have a driver one that should be coming in the mail here next couple days. Ignition coils. Drive shaft on the way. A couple odds and ends. So yeah, it's gonna be moving right along here now. And yeah, keep you updated here. I might do a big video when I actually start doing a lot of work in one day instead of just the little odds and ends. Alright, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, ask questions, give suggestions, whatever you guys want to do. Alright, till next time.